This meeting is now being recorded.
Hello and welcome to the Mi-CCSI Self-Study Review for the Self-Management Training. You will see on your screen the ArcaTools PowerPoint. This is supported by the Pfizer Pharmaceutical Company as well as many case management societies and organizations. In the information review, we did find the information to be free of marketing, and therefore this is the tool we are using for the self-study. We're going to talk about the process for accessing the ArcaTools information and then what to expect at the on-site training during this webinar. The first step you'll need to do is go to the website, the www.pfizer-arcatools.com. When you go to the website, you'll see the first page, which will ask you to either log in or register. To begin, you're going to hit register, and so you'll click on register. When you click on register, it's then going to bring you to a demographic information sheet. Here, you're going to enter the information to include an email. Do remember the email that you enter here, as this will become your login identification. Also, they'll ask you to enter the password. The password must include a number and a symbol from your computer. So make sure you include both a number and a symbol in the password. It's also going to ask you for the account code information, and the account code information is the MI-CCSI-11. Once you complete the information on this page, you're going to hit submit. When you hit submit, it's going to bring you back to the original site where you put the www.arcatools. This time, you're going to put in your login identification, which is your email, and the newly created password. You're then going to click on login. When you log in, it'll bring you into the tool. There are several information applications within the tool. The information that we are directing you to are the team-based practice, review slides 1 through 82, the care transitions, slides 1 through 78, and patient engagement, skills for promoting empowered patients, slides 1 through 40, and slides 50 through 136. To access these sections, you can do that one of two ways. One, you can click at the top where there's a drop-down with a list of the different outbreaks, or across the bottom where they slowly scroll over. Either one will get you to the information that we are asking you to complete for the self-study. Here we show an example of each, the drop down, and here you would see the care transitions. You would click on that. When you click on that, it'll bring you to the care transitions PowerPoint information. And the PowerPoint, there are two options. One, you can listen because the application will speak at you, or you can go to the left side and go through each of the slides one by one and read the information. So that is how you would access the information. The same would be true of the care coordination. You could go to the drop down, or you could choose it from the section scrolling across the bottom. And again, you would go to that section, and then you would have the PowerPoint and the slides on the left-hand side. And the same for the patient engagement, the skills for promoting empowered patients. You could either go to the drop down, or you could go through the sections across the bottom where the information is also located. And then that would again bring you to the PowerPoint with the slides on the left-hand side and the slides that we are asking you to complete. And same with the care coordination team-based. And again, once you click on that, it brings you to the PowerPoint and to the slides. A couple of points. One sent to you was the link to the self-study information. If you go to that section, you will see where there are the post tests. I encourage you to obtain a copy of the post test before you start listening to the ArcaTools information. That way you'll know what to listen for. So We encourage you to do that with the self-study and the ARCA tools. Do give yourself plenty of time in order to complete the sections. It will take you about 4 hours, so make sure you give yourself enough time to do this. The tool is set up that if you start in a section and then you'll have to quit in the middle of it, when you log in again, it will bring you back to where you stopped. So it will ask if you want to start where you finished, and you'll have that option as well. So that is the ARCA tools and the self-study portion. Next, I'd like to review with you what the training experience will feel like and what to expect when you're at the on-site. At the on-site training, it is 2 days. The first day we will be walking through the care management process and the different components of that. We'll also review workflows and how that is a tool that can really assist the care team, in particular around care management. The second day, we're going to review motivational interviewing and conducting a self-management action plan. We will then, in the afternoon, have opportunity to apply the new skills that we reviewed in the first day and a half through the use of simulation. So simulation is to act and look like something. We've done that throughout our careers, perhaps role-playing where we take on the role of a provider or a patient and respond how we think they might respond, scenario setting where we set up a room or a treatment and demonstrated our proficiency in that, and case studies where we read a case and then we choose the best answer or select how we would respond to the cases so far. So those are all examples of simulation. Often we get the question, why do we use simulation? When we did the research on training techniques, we really wanted to have something that was sustainable and something that would be meaningful to attendees, and the technique that continued to come up was the simulation. Both the Institute of Medicine and the National League of Nurses recommended the use of simulation in training and education. They acknowledge that it allows for the practice of a new skill in a less threatening environment and prepares individuals for application of new skills by applying critical thinking and self-reflection. It does add a dimension of clinical judgment in that it serves as a bridge from hearing about a new concept or skill to actually applying the skill. It's a superior method over reading about or just hearing about a new concept. Tends to make attendees more aware of the importance and use of the new skill or concept, and allows them to experience the application before being responsible for it in the actual clinical environment. So what does it look like at Mi-CCSI? Each participant is provided a copy of a case scenario or a case study. We give you opportunity to review through that, and we walk through the exercise and allow you to ask any questions beforehand, before experiencing the simulation. Once you've completed the simulation, we ask you to go in the room and meet with a trained patient. We call this the standard patient. If you are attending the training in Grand Rapids, that meeting is face-to-face. If it is off-site at one of the other locations, then you will telephone the person and conduct the self-management approach. Once you are ready to call or go in and meet the patient, we are looking for a couple of key areas. One is introducing yourself, in particular in a way that is meaningful to the patient and connects your role to the care team. They need to see you as an extension of the provider, part of the direct care team, and it's important to think about using words that express that to the patient. We're also looking at applying listening skills to really explore what the patient's interests and desire are in making healthy behavior changes. Looking for the ability to create a self-management action plan that reflects what we were listening for, which are the patient's goals and steps. And then finally, making sure it's clear to the patient what the next steps are. Will you be calling in a week? Will you be seeing the patient in the practice in a week? What are the things you will be reviewing during that visit? So it's important that patients understand next steps. After the visit, the standard patient will provide you with immediate feedback. If you are attending the training on site in Grand Rapids, the feedback will be verbal and written. If you are attending the training off site, the feedback will be verbal, and you will populate a form that we will provide you for the exercise. We then have you do the self-reflection portion of the simulation. For on-site attendees, we do video the interaction on an iPad, and we have you review the video and provide some self-reflection input on the form for yourself. If it's off-site, we have you reflect about the telephone call and populate the form with your reflection of the interaction. So that's the self-reflection portion. The goal, we really want to prepare attendees for conducting a self-management action plan in a realistic environment, processing information timely in a clinical environment. We don't have, several minutes, half an hour to review a chart. It's really very fast-paced, so we want to prepare you for processing information timely. And most importantly, we want to build your confidence in utilizing some of the new concepts and skills where we are doing that in a mentoring and coaching environment. So, what we'd like you to do, subsequent to listening to the self-study portion, is to print out those tests, complete the self-study portion using the ARCA tools, and preparing for the on-site training. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email. You can either email myself, sue.voss, V as in Victor, O-S, at MICCSI.org, or Amy Wells at amy.wales at MICCSI.org. We are happy to answer any questions. A couple of logistics in the training area. We can't always control the temperature, so I encourage attendees to wear layers, where if it gets too hot, you can take something off. If it's too cold, you have something to put on. We try to accommodate special diets, but aren't always successful with that, so I encourage you, if you have either a particular palate or a very sensitive diet that you need to maintain, to bring a backup in case there's something there that you can't eat, so you have a backup. We don't always have sodas, so if you are a person that's got to have their Diet Coke, I encourage you to bring Diet Coke along so you have that available. That ends the study review and preparation for the training. Again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call. Otherwise, I thank you for listening to the webinar today and look forward to meeting all of you at the training session. Thank you so much.